Hi and welcome back to a brand new tutorial. Been a while, been ill with the flu, so I had no voice, so I couldn't record anything. Feeling a lot better now. But before I jump into this, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's always very important to do that. So let's jump straight into this. What I want to show you here is how to make a 80s style electro funk beat. Kind of stuff you used to hear sort of hit the beginning of the hip hop scene and sort of like the electro funk scene in the middle of the 80s. And which I actually really like that era, and the sound that they used to get. These guys were really good. So so this is part one. We'll start with the drums in part one. The quickest way for me to do that is to find the drum sound or loop in the Apple loops themselves. I typed in 80 here and found this pop 80s new it beat, right? So that's quite a nice sound to start with. So let's bring that in and have it at 116 here. So now, as you can see, this is just a module, one of Apple's modules for drums. And it's a hard techno remix, so they've used the hard techno remix set to do an 80s sound. But anyway, that doesn't matter. It sounds quite cool. So what we can do here is just maybe open up the menu there, join that, and then go in the piano roll. Let's close this down to make a bit more space. And then of course here, let's make this a bit bigger, the piano roll, and turn off the automation for now. So we've got sounds here, as you can hear. And we can then play around with this the way we want to. It's got hi-hat, like a kind of snappy, I don't know, snare rim shot, and that's all you got. So we can play with this already. And on the actual module itself, they've got like they've got these plugins but been turned off, so I don't know why they put these on. So I'm gonna get rid of them. But I like the overdrive that they put on, give it a bit of distortion. It's quite cool. I'm not really convinced about this bass drum. It's a bit too techie for me. So let's see if I can find something a bit more 80s sounding. Let's try that, because this is a little bit higher, the bass drum, and I quite like the feel of that. Maybe mix them together or something. So let's see if we can keep some of these elements. So let's just listen to this and see what we can keep out of this. And this one is, yeah, it's a lot techier sounding. And this is quite cool, the way this is playing as well. So let's go back to this one, take out the bass drum. So just click on that, keep this. I really like this snare here. So this is cool. So let's just have those two. So let's join this up as well, make that one whole thing, and then light both of them up. Okay, so let's start with that, keep that height like that, get rid of this again. And so then we've got, what we need to do now is find ourselves a cool bass line. So let's just bring in a software instrument, and I would go for, yeah, so let's go to the retro synth, see if I can find a 80s sounding kind of bass. The famous bass that we had in the DX7 synth. So let's try and put a quick, simple bass line down to this. So let me hit record. So So I just quickly did a bass line here. That's already quantized. I've had that automatic, so to bring up the note velocity. So bring up right up to the top and see what that sounds. So it's not so bright. Then go Command R to repeat that, and then what we can do is join that and then put some variations into it and make it sound a bit more interesting. So here we have a bass line and a beat going already, so it's pretty cool. So far so good. So I think I might double this bass sound up a little bit to make it a little bit fatter. So let's just copy that down, maybe choose a different sound underneath it to give it a bit of fatness. It's like a air bass synth. Let's see what it sounds. There you go. Let's do a quick colour here. Cool. So there we have our bass and drums done for now, and next we'll be looking at keyboards and stuff. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, leave some comments, and I will be back soon.